What if I told you the right song could help a grieving family say goodbye in a way that words could never? I'm Nathan, and I'm both a funeral director and a musician. And over the years, I've seen how music can transform a memorial service, a traditional funeral even, from a moment of pure grief into a celebration of life well lived. And today, I'm going to share the guide I wish every family had when choosing memorial music. Here's what I've learned after standing in thousands of services. Music bypasses our rational minds, and it speaks directly to our hearts. You see, when someone dies, families are often overwhelmed, they're stressed, and often they can't even think clearly. And that's why most families default to the same template songs: Go Rest High on That Mountain, Amazing Grace, Ave Maria, Punch Me in the Face. They are beautiful songs, yes, but they might not tell your loved one's story. Music has three jobs at a memorial service, at a funeral. It triggers memories, it processes emotions, and it tells the story of who this person really was. Let me show you how different genres accomplish this. Let's start with traditional hymns. These songs carry generations of comfort. This is How Great Thou Art. Notice how even without words, your body probably relaxed a little. And that's because hymns are designed to create peace and reverence. They work beautifully for families with strong faith traditions. Amazing Grace, probably the most requested funeral song ever. It speaks to redemption, to being found when you were lost. Perfect for someone who overcame struggles or found peace later in life. But here's what I tell families. If your loved one never set foot in a church, a hymn might not feel authentic to their story. And that's okay. Contemporary music can be incredibly powerful because it often reflects how people actually lived and loved. And this style works well for someone who lived in the moment, who loved modern music, who connected with today's world. I've done services where we played everything from Johnny Cash to Taylor Swift, and it felt perfect because it felt like them. Here's something interesting. Upbeat songs can work beautifully at funerals. I once had a family play Don't Stop Believing, and they wanted to play it because their dad always said that whenever life got tough, don't stop believing. The whole room was crying and smiling at the same time. The key here is asking, what music made them light up? What did they sing in the car? What played at their wedding? Those songs carry their energy. Sometimes words get in the way of grief. And that's when instrumental music shines. Classical pieces, piano solos, even instrumental versions of popular songs can create space for people to feel without being told what to feel. And this type of music works beautifully for reflection time, for when people are viewing photos, or during the processional. It's elegant, it's timeless, and it doesn't compete with people's thoughts. I often recommend having one vocal song that tells the story, and then instrumental pieces that create atmosphere. Start thinking of it like a movie soundtrack. Different moments need different emotional support. And funeral directors, you might want to come back to this video. Everybody, be sure to subscribe, click the bell to be notified when I release content like this. Every culture has its own musical traditions around death and remembrance. I've been privileged to be part of services with gospel choirs, mariachi band, bagpipers, and traditional Native American flutes. And the most important thing is honoring what mattered to your loved one and your family. If they were proud of their heritage, let that music tell part of the story. I always ask families, what music would make your loved one feel most at home? Maybe that's the musician in me, but sometimes that may be a folk song. Sometimes it's the music from their homeland. Now, let me give you the practical advice that I share with every family. First, think about three categories. Processional music, also known as prelude. This sets the tone as people gather. Usually instrumental or very familiar. Reflection music. This is how you want people to leave. Often more uplifting. And second, do not be afraid to mix genres. I've done services with a hymn, a country song, and a classical piece. If it tells their story, then it works. Third, consider having someone perform live if possible, but make sure you've vetted them that they can perform. sing, play. There's something powerful about live music in a room full of people who loved the same person. And finally, trust your instincts. If a song makes you think of them, if it makes you smile through tears, if it captures something essential about who they were, that's the right choice. Here are the mistakes that I see families make. First, choosing music for other people instead of for their loved one. Do not pick a song because you think it's what you're supposed to play. Second, being afraid of emotion. If a song is going to make people cry, that's not a bad thing. At a funeral, mean love. Third, overthinking it. Sometimes the first song that comes to mind is the right song. Music has the power to heal, to comfort, and to celebrate a life in ways that nothing else can. Whether it's a hymn that carried them through hard times, a love song from their wedding, or that silly tune they always hummed while cooking hamburgers. The right music helps us say goodbye and helps us remember well. If you're in the funeral profession, I've created tools to help you guide families through these choices with confidence. Check out Funeral Music Planner. It's in the description below. And if you're planning ahead for yourself or helping a family right now, remember, there's no wrong choice when it comes from a place of love. What song would you want played at your service? Let me know in the comments. And if this helped in any way, please share it with someone who might need it. And be sure to subscribe, click the bell to be notified when I release content like this. I want to say thank you for being here. And I do want you to remember, every life deserves a soundtrack.